In this world, the heaviest thing isn't what we carry in our hands, it's what we carry in our hearts. But the moment we let go, everything begins to feel lighter. Once, in a quiet monastery nestled among the mountains, there lived a young monk. Though he had just begun his spiritual journey, his heart was heavy with the weight of his past, family conflicts, childhood struggles, and painful memories that refused to fade. Despite the peace around him, his mind was in constant turmoil. He saw problems where there were none. He overthought everything. Even the simplest tasks became complicated under the burden of his thoughts. One day, overwhelmed and weary, the young monk approached his master. "Master," he said, "I'm exhausted. My past haunts me. My mind won't stop replaying old memories. I want peace, but I can't find it. What should I do?" The master gave him a gentle smile and said, "Come with me." He led the young monk outside the monastery and pointed toward a distant hill. "Do you see that little hut up there? The old monk who lives there is the most senior among us. He left years ago to live in solitude. He will give you the answer you seek." Eager to find peace, the young monk asked, "May I go now?" The master nodded, and the young monk immediately began the long journey up the mountain. Hours passed as he climbed, and finally he reached the old monk's hut. The elder was sitting in deep meditation. The young monk waited patiently. When the old monk finally opened his eyes, the young monk bowed. "Master," he said, "my heart is full of pain. My past won't leave me. I cannot find peace. Please, help me." The old monk looked at him kindly and replied, "I will help you, but first come with me to the village below. A disciple has invited us for a midday meal." The young monk agreed, hopeful. As they prepared to leave, the old monk picked up a large heavy rock and placed it in front of him. "Carry this," he said. Though confused, the young monk obeyed. He lifted the rock onto his shoulder and followed the old monk down the steep path. At first he bore the weight with determination, believing it was symbolic, but as time passed, his arms ached, his legs shook, and sweat poured from his brow. The journey became a struggle. The old monk, meanwhile, walked effortlessly ahead, without any burden. The young monk wanted to drop the rock, but a voice in his mind said, "This must be part of the lesson. I must endure." So he kept going, suffering more with each step. Finally, they reached the bottom of the mountain. The young monk was drenched in sweat and barely able to stand. To his surprise, the old monk sat under a tree, smiling. "Why are you smiling?" the young monk asked, gasping. "This rock has made the journey unbearable. I'm in pain." The old monk responded softly. "How was the journey?" "Terrible," said the young monk. "The rock was too heavy. It made everything difficult." The old monk nodded. "Then why didn't you drop it?" The young monk froze. "But you told me to carry it." The old monk smiled. "I told you to pick it up. I never said you had to carry it the whole way. You chose to carry it, thinking it was necessary." Suddenly the young monk understood. "This journey is like your life," the old monk said. "The rock is your past, your regrets, your pain, your memories. You've been carrying them for so long, believing you must, but just like this rock, you can put them down at any moment." Tears welled in the young monk's eyes. He gently dropped the rock. As it hit the ground, a wave of relief swept over him, not just from his shoulders, but from his soul. The old monk placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "The past is gone. The only thing keeping it alive is you. Let it go, and peace will find you." That day, the young monk learned a powerful truth. Freedom doesn't come from holding on. It comes from letting go. Many of us carry the weight of our past, regrets, pain, disappointments, thinking we have no choice. But like the young monk, we have the power to set it down. The past only controls us if we allow it to. The moment we let go, life becomes lighter, easier, more beautiful. Let go, and peace will follow.